So the topic of today's sermon is teachers. Recently in Thailand, we've had Teachers' Day. For some of us who might not know, this is the day in which Thai students will get together and show their respects to their teachers. They'll bow to the teachers once, they'll give them flowers, sing songs, revering their teachers. This is something that we do in Thailand, and we've been doing it for a long time. Now, some Americans might ask, that's an interesting ceremony, why do they do that? So we can learn something from this and that. People in America, we don't have Teachers' Day. We don't have a day that we respect our teachers. We just consider that's their job. They do their job, you go to school, you're a student, that's your job, each person does their job and we're done, that's it. We don't owe them anything, they don't owe us anything, we're separate and it doesn't matter. But in Thailand and a lot of Asia, we don't feel that way. We feel that respect for our elders, respect for people who come before us, respect for our teachers, this is something that's very important. And so in Thailand, this is something that we celebrate and we take very seriously. Now, what can we learn from this though? Well, the thing is, if we notice about how people treat their teachers or treat different professions, we can see clearly how the people of that country feel about these certain things. Like for example, in America, how do they treat the teachers here? The teachers here are considered just employees. Their paychecks are very low. They don't get a lot of support from the government. They don't get a lot of respect from the people. It's just something that they just have a job. It's just another, low wage paying job. What about people in the army? Same thing. We talk about wanting them to enlist, wanting them to fight for the country, but after they come back, they can't find jobs and the government doesn't help very much. Or they get sick and they get hurt and the government doesn't help very much. Well, what will happen in the long run? Well, in the long run, sooner or later, people are not going to want to be teachers anymore. Because what will happen? Let's say that, Hiuk's kids grow up and says, I want to be a teacher. Hiuk will say, that's a good idea, but the problem is you make no money. You only make $30,000, $40,000 a year. You can't survive on that. Even though I respect that you want to be a teacher, it's not a good profession. And so what will happen? The quality of teachers will slowly decrease and decrease and decrease in this country. And then what will happen? Well, because the teachers are the ones responsible for the education will slowly fall. And it shows us that what? America doesn't value education. America doesn't give much value to this. However, if you look at countries like China, or you look at countries like Japan, or even Thailand, we put a big emphasis on teachers. Students must respect their teachers. Students must listen to their teachers. There's a teacher appreciation days. Like in Japan, being a teacher is one of the highest paying jobs there. So when someone says, I want to be a lawyer, it's like, no, you should be a teacher. It's a better profession. It's a respected profession. And what does that show you? It shows you that countries like Japan, Thailand, or even other Asian countries, they value their education. They value learning. They value knowledge. And so as you move on to the future, it shows where you will go. Now, what can we learn from this? This is not to be a political sermon, but what can we learn from this? Is that we are the same way. If we spend all day playing games, that's what we value. If we spend all day laying around in bed and being lazy, that's what we value. If we spend all day eating and doing nothing, that's what we value. So what would happen if you eat candy all day? Well, you'll have some good food, but at the same time, what will happen? Your teeth will fall out, you'll have cavities, you'll be unhealthy, and you won't want to do anything else. What happens if you sleep all day? Same thing. You get lazy, lethargic, you don't want to do anything. And so your future will be hard to be successful. Why? Because someone's hurting you or someone's causing you trouble, it's because of us. We don't value certain things. So when we show value and show respect to things that are important, not only are we giving the community a service, but we're also training ourselves that I value teachers, I value knowledge and learning, I value health, I value intelligence. These are things that we show value to. So as for you guys coming here to the temple today on this Sunday, you guys are showing that you value your karma, you value your future, you value the quality of your spirits. You want to be a good person. And these are the kind of things that you show yourself over and over and over. And in the future, you will eventually succeed in your goal. As long as you walk on the same road, you will eventually reach the goal that you shoot for. So I want to applaud all of you in the goal that you guys are shooting for today. It's a very valued goal and a very important goal. It's one that will bring value to yourselves and to your family and to your friends and the people around you.